Hi everyone, we'll get you to grab your seats if you haven't already, and we'll get the afternoon underway. Thank you very much indeed. Thanks everyone. Thanks very much indeed. Tēnā koutou katoa, no mai haere mai, kia ora e te whānau. Welcome everybody to the North Harbour Club Lexus of North Shore charity lunch. Fantastic afternoon ahead. Some very special guests from Auckland FC, including an upgrade, I can tell you, an upgrade on what was advertised. Head coach of the team, Steve Corica, has had to go to Sydney, so we've gone one above and brought in the Director of Football at Auckland FC, Steve Corica's boss basically, Terry McFlynn. He's going to join Nick Becker on the stage and a couple of players too. Great to have Joe Knowles and Nando Pijnaker here. A special thank you to Ocean Bridge Shipping for their MC sponsorship today. Thank you guys. I'm almost certain I wasn't the first choice, but I do appreciate you still contributing to the MC sponsorship today. My name's Jason Pine. It's a massive pleasure to be here in Auckland today. Let's get the housekeeping out of the way. The bathrooms are out in the lobby. This venue is smoke and vape free. Please don't use the glass doors at the back of the room. And if there is an emergency, just follow the instructions of the staff and get calmly to the closest exit. Please continue to enjoy your delicious entrees. I'd like to say a very special thank you to our lunch series sponsor, Lexus of North Shore, and to share what they have on offer for you today. Right now, for a limited time, luxury has never been more within reach. You can enjoy 1.9% finance on any new vehicle across the full Lexus range at Lexus of North Shore. The offer ends on the 30th of September, so make sure you get down to Lexus of North Shore to make the most of this incredible offer. To learn more, visit their website or speak to one of the team here today. T's and C's apply. When you sat down, you'll have noticed the goodie bags on your seats. A special thank you to AFT Pharmaceuticals for those, a rare treat for all of our guests here today. Now, while we're here for networking and conversation and entertainment, this is a charity lunch, of course, which means alongside the fun, we're here to raise money for young people in the North Harbour region who are achieving excellence through their chosen careers. Today's live auction includes 3 incredible items for your consideration. A behind-the-scenes Auckland FC Captain's Run experience for 6 people. That is an item that money, well, normally can't buy. You certainly can't buy it anywhere other than here today. The ultimate courtside VIP experience at the 2026 ASB Classic in early January, thanks to the team at Lexus of North Shore. And a luxury weekend at the Emerald in Takapuna, including breakfast at the Takapuna Beach Cafe with Diane Foreman and Paul Henry. You'll find details in your programs and on Gala Bid. Now, we also, of course, have our silent auctions running on Gala Bid. The items are all on display at the back of the room. If you haven't registered yet, please just scan the QR code on the front of your program and it'll all become clear from there. The silent auction closes at 2:35 p.m. sharp. If you need any help, just head to the auction desk at the back during lunch and the team will help you out. Thank you to Harcourts Cooper Co for sponsoring Gala Bid, and to everybody who has contributed some outstanding prizes for you to bid on. And of course, it wouldn't be a North Harbour Club lunch without a raffle. Today we've got 2 great prizes, a New World Milford gift hamper and a Lexus Honest Wolf Weekender duffel bag. Committee members and staff are going to be circulating during lunch with those tickets for you to purchase. You don't even have to move. Cash and FPOS are both available. To officially welcome you here this afternoon, please join me in inviting to the stage the immediate past president of the North Harbour Club, Mike Atkinson.
Oh, good afternoon, everyone. And immediate past president sounds a little bit lame, doesn't it? Unfortunately, the current president, Murray Lockwood, is unable to be here today, so I get to hang around and do this speech just a little bit longer. So welcome along. Welcome along. It's going to be a great afternoon. So my name is Mike Atkinson, and it's an absolute pleasure to be here in front of you today to talk on behalf of the North Harbour Club. Firstly, I'd like to just thank again our special MC for the afternoon, Jason Pine. Of course, very lucky to have the voice of football here. And of course, sponsored by Ocean Bridge. So thank you very much to Ocean Bridge for sponsoring Jason. And even though he said he may not have been the first choice, that's probably not true because you can't have a football session without the voice of New Zealand football. So thank you for coming along. Appreciate you taking the time. Of course, it's going to be pretty exciting to hear a little bit more about one of New Zealand's most exciting sporting ventures, Auckland FC, a club that's rapidly redefined professional football and indeed sport in New Zealand. And for those of you in the room that have been involved and gone along to those games, the experience and the atmosphere in the crowd is really, really exciting. And it's certainly created a family environment. So it's going to be great to listen to what CEO Nick Becker and the team have kind of been doing and perhaps a little bit about their story. So thank you to the guys at Auckland FC for taking the time. You're all very busy, so I appreciate you coming along this afternoon and sharing your story, or parts of your story with us shortly. I'd also like to thank, again, and acknowledge Lexus of North Shore. So Lexus of North Shore, Mark and Bob Jago have been sponsoring this lunch series for us now for a number of years. We could not put on these events without sponsors, and in a tough economic environment, sponsorship is always one of those things that is a difficult conversation to have. But Lexus has been there through thick and thin, supporting the club, and we would obviously like to thank them. So if you get stuck at any stage during the afternoon and not sure what to do for 5 minutes, whip downstairs, check out those vehicles. The guys down there would love to put you in, take a photo so you can see what it looks like, maybe even buy one. But the team there at Lexus of North Shore are great. And if nothing else, whistle down to their showroom, grab a coffee or a drink. They'll only be too happy to entertain you. Some wonderful eye candy on display in terms of some vehicles. So get amongst it. Obviously a great deal at the moment on that interest, much better than anywhere else you're going to get. So go and hit up the Lexus guys and thank you for their sponsorship. So I appreciate that. I'd also like to thank Harcourts Cooper Co for sponsoring the gala bid and our auctioneer a bit later on. Andrew North is going to come up, and so some of you on the table might have the old T-Rex person on your table, the people with deep pockets and short arms. Well, Andrew's got a solution for those guys, so we'll look forward to how he can extract a little bit of funds out of them a bit later on. But of course, today is an opportunity to raise some funds for the North Harbour Club and the Ames Awards, which I will talk about very briefly. The first thing, though, before I start, you might have noticed there's this, well, all of you may not see, but there's a Park It in the Net challenge on the stage up here. There's an opportunity for a few lucky people in the room to actually come up and have a crack, and you get a chance to win some amazing prizes. But to get in the draw, to get up here, first what you need to do, and it's really, really simple, is grab out your phone. Don't get distracted with TikTok or the gram, all right? But take a scan of the QR code on your programs, and for a small donation, it's only $20, you get a chance to come up here, play around with a couple of footballs, and see if you can win some prizes. So really no excuse, all right? So I'd encourage you all to have a crack. All ages, all skills, doesn't matter. But let's talk briefly about the North Harbour Club. The club is unashamedly focused on rewarding excellence. It's been around for just over 30 years, and the club does reward excellence through the Ames Awards. Not to be confused with the Ames Games, which is on now down in Tauranga, but Ames in our world stands for arts, innovation and science, music, education, service to community, and sport. And in those categories, we reward world beaters. So these are normally people that are between 15 to 25 years of age, North Harbour region. North Harbour isn't just Albany or Takapuna, it goes way up to Maharangi, out west, sort of out towards Massey Way, all the way down to Devonport. So it's a big catchment. But we reward excellence in youth. And so if you know of people that are at the top of their game, world beaters, achieving, striving for excellence, get them to apply for the Ames Awards. We have about 200 young people apply every year. And this year we had our 30th anniversary gala dinner. We handed out $200,000 to our winners in terms of grant funding. And over the last 30 years, we've handed out just over $3.5 million in grant funding. So the club exists to reward excellence. But it can only do that, of course, by running events like this and having some fundraising opportunities. The other way that we raise money is membership. So obviously thank you to all the members in the room. We appreciate the ongoing support as an organisation. I always say this, a club without members would be quite lonely, and I'd be talking by myself right now into a room of just probably me, which would be an interesting conversation. So without the members, we wouldn't have a club. But there's a really exciting special on right now. So if you're not a member and you would like to be, you have an opportunity to sign up for 18 months but only pay for 12. It's almost as good as that Lexus deal, but not quite. So if you do want to become a member, have a look on the table. Again, there's some information there, or jump on our website or talk to a couple of staff that are floating around. There's a range of membership options available to you. There is also a cheeky little drawer that's going on in the back corner, a little business card drawer. And some of you might say, well, a business card, that's quite old style, isn't it? Who has a business card now? That's okay. We have other cards that you can write your name on and contact details, but there's a hamper at the back there that's available. If you want to enter, you can just drop your details in there and you've got a chance to win a great hamper down the back. Finally, just a couple of other things just to, I suppose, or events coming up. We have a coffee catch-up. So for those of you in the room that maybe are a new member or keen to understand a bit more about the club, on Thursday, the 23rd of October at Fisher Funds in Takapuna, we're doing a morning tea, a chance to connect with members, to learn a little bit about perhaps what the club is about, and to meet other new members as well. So if you'd like to come along, that's always a fun morning and a great way to start the day. In addition to that, we also have some lawn bowls. Now, I know there's a few of us in the room that might struggle at times to get low. I'm one of them. But the lawn bowls is great fun. It's a great afternoon. We've got that coming up on the 30th of October at Takapuna Bowling Club. It's, again, going to be a fun afternoon. So if you're keen to come along, then that's a great event as well, a bit more of a social event. The final one I'd get you to think about is for next year. It's Thursday, the 26th of February. We've got Le Cirque de Golf. So down at Waitemata Golf Course, we're running an afternoon of golf. It's going to be all sorts of fun. There's going to be different challenges at different holes. Some of you may have experienced them in the past where you try and drive a marshmallow as far as you can. Doesn't go very far. Got stuck on my driver. But anyway, a lot of fun afternoon to be had down there. So that's on the 26th of February next year. So just to kind of wrap out and close up on some of these other points, I'd just like to, I've thanked members, I've thanked our Lexus sponsors for today, but I'd like to thank all of our sponsor family for their continued support of the club. As I said, the club is designed to raise funds, to reward youth, to reward excellence. And we can't do that without members or without our sponsors. So thank you to our sponsors again for generously supporting the club. Many of you have been with the club for a very long time. So we, again, can't do what we do without you. So thank you. Those in the room that might be interested in joining as a sponsor, again, if you'd like to either come and see me or see one of the staff, we would like to talk about some sponsorship opportunities that we still have available. We've got a couple at the moment. We do have some limited availability around some quite targeted sponsorship groups. So if you are keen to get involved, now's the time to do it. And all of this goes to the AIMS Awards. So I've spoken about the AIMS Awards briefly, but next year we have our gala dinner. It is going to be on the 17th of October. And that is the night when we get the chance to hand out some of these awards to these amazing, talented young people. And if you haven't been to one of these events before, it's an amazing but very humbling environment where you sit there and you think, crikey, these young kids have achieved so much in their short life. What have I done? Because inevitably they're good at two or three things, not just one, which is really annoying, really annoying. But it's a great night. The performances are all from our alumni or our winners on the night. And so Saturday, the 17th of October, put it in your diary for an unforgettable night of food, some great wine, some networking, and of course, amazing entertainment and inspirational stories. So that's kind of a little bit about the club and me, but to lead off, before I finish, I'm going to ask in a second, hopefully we'll get our show reel to play, which gives you an insight from this year's AIMS Gala Dinner, and just the level of talent that we have on display in this North Harbour region. So my parting words is enjoy the afternoon. Do dig deep if you can. We appreciate all the support we can get to reward these young people. In today's environment, not everyone gets the opportunity to exceed and to be the best at the best. And we find that it's our role to help them to become future leaders in our environment, in our community, and indeed our country. So this is a great opportunity to do that. So hopefully we'll get that show reel about to go. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Thank you so much for coming along, and we'll look forward to a fun afternoon together. So thank you.
Once you never could have hoped to win. Thought about a road of maybe me again. The threats you made were meant to cut me down. And if your love was just a circus, you'd be a clown by now. Don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did. Looking like a true survivor. Feeling like
It's fantastic to see everyone here tonight, celebrating 30 years.
Now your touch got me looking so crazy right now. Got me hoping you're patient right now. Your kiss got me hoping you'll save me right now. Looking so crazy in love. Got me looking so crazy in love.
It is so important to support young artists so that we can keep creativity alive and foster the dreams of more young people.
And to be performing an art where it's a universal language. Whatever I say on the trombone, whatever an artist paints, whatever an actor speaks and says, it all comes from here.
Many people in this world who are very skeptical of a lot of the things that we hold and we cherish. Things like education and intellectual vitality and intellectual curiosity.
The 2025 North Harbour Club AIM Supreme winner is Caitlin O'Reilly.
Yes, it's a solo sport. Yes, I'm out there by myself, but my family are the ones who support me. My parents are the one who said yes to an 11-year-old swimming cook straight.
I'm breaking every promise that I gave her. So won't you kindly do a girl a great big favour and please, ma, sweet potato, keep this from the mayor. Though I'm still as pure as mountain snow. You can tell my papa that's alright, 'cause he comes in here every night. But don't tell mama what you know. You can tell my brother that ain't grim, 'cause if he squeals on me, I'll squeal on him. But don't tell mama, Peter, don't tell mama, Lisa, don't tell mama what you know. If you see my mummy, mum's the word.
Wonderful stuff. Thank you so much, Mike, for your words. I love that idea of rewarding excellence and helping those who have already put in the hard yards to achieve perhaps that last little bit that'll push them to absolute world-class performance. Appreciate all you do at the North Harbour Club and the AIMS Awards. Right, I saw a few people here before in Auckland FC kit, Auckland FC supporters gear. And this is not the moment for humility or shyness, because there is a prize up for grabs here. Anybody who would like to be in for that prize who is wearing Auckland FC kit, I'd ask you to stand. Dan, I don't know whether we can... no, Dan, of course you can. Dan, of course you can. Right, we got two down here, one over here. Over here. So you brought it along without wearing it, I see. That's okay, that works, right. Got a wee quiz. Are you going to take part? You can take part if you've got the shirt. You can absolutely take part, so I think you should stand. You're okay. You are going to take part. All right, I'll get you to stand up then in that case. Lovely. All right. Okay, I've got some quiz questions here. We might just do the raise your hand if you know the answer method here. The prize, incidentally, you get a photo with Nick Becker, Terry McFlynn, Nando Pijnaker and Joe Knowles. That is money can't buy stuff. That is money can't buy stuff. And anybody who tries to sneak one in without having been part of this may be successful. I don't know, they could. But you'll certainly get first dibs. All right. Hands up if you know the answer to this question. Who is the captain of Auckland FC? Oh, down the front. Hiroki Sakai is correct. Now, it's not just one. I think we might do a few questions here because I've got about 5. So one down here. Auckland FC's first A-League men's goal was an own goal against Brisbane Roar in the very first game. Which Auckland FC player put the ball in the net first? Dan? Logan Rogerson is the correct answer. Well done. Well done. How many derbies did the Wellington Phoenix win last season? Yes. 0 is the answer. 0 is the answer. Who provided these questions to me? All right, one question to go, and unless we can get double points over here, it's probably going to be one of these 3, but we'll try and get you double points. We'll try and get you double points. What colour is Auckland FC's away kit this season? It is white. Sorry, just ahead of you, I'm afraid. I'm really sorry. But I'm sure if you speak nicely, you might get a photo as well. Well, officially one down here. Well done, everybody, for taking part. Thanks, you guys. Well done. Erin will come and make sure that you guys get your photo during the lunch break. As Mike mentioned, park it in the net with Lexus of North Shore. A chance to test your goal-scoring abilities. The prize is great. Ben Bailey Ahi Restaurant vouchers. Ahi Restaurant, for those who haven't been there, absolutely magnificent. So we've got vouchers. 4 people are going to get the chance. 4 of you will get the chance to come up, and none of you will leave without a voucher of some value for Ahi Restaurant. To enter, simply make that cash donation of $20 or more if you like for the charity via the Gala Bid app. So scan the QR code on the front of the menu, or the lunch program rather, go to make a donation, put your bid in, and you're in the draw to be selected. 4 of you will get the chance to park it in the net with Lexus of North Shore after lunch. Jump on it now. The activation is going to take place after we have our panel discussion. Lunch is about to be served, folks, those with dietary requirements. The staff have your details and they'll have your dishes out to you soon. Raffle tickets on sale across the lunch break. Club members coming around, so you don't even have to go anywhere. Enjoy your lunch. We're back about 1:25 with our panel discussion. Hi folks, we're going to be getting underway in a couple of minutes, so if you need to use the bathroom, get a drink in, maybe take the opportunity to do that. Make sure you've got your raffle ticket. If you haven't yet purchased your raffle tickets, just grab the attention of one of our team, they'll sort you out. Underway in a couple of minutes' time. Hi everybody, welcome back. I'll get you to grab your seats. Hope you enjoyed your lunch. Had a chance to check out the fantastic auction items which are going to go under the hammer in the next little while. I think we can look at how Gala Bid is going. These are our silent auctions. Got some of the items up on the screen there. Yeah, there's still a bit there that could be bid upon. Jesus, people getting some value there. I think some of those dollar amounts are low, with no disrespect to those who have bid those amounts. Have a look at those Gala Bid silent auctions. An anonymous bidder on the bottle of wine signed by the Prime Minister. Anonymous, perhaps, due to the latest polls, I'm not sure. You'll be able to have a look on Gala Bid at the current bid for each of them. That will close. The Gala Bid silent auctions will close around 2:30. Thank you again for your incredible support of today's charity event. Your last chance, incidentally, to go in the draw for the Lexus of North Shore. Park it in the net game. We just need that $20 donation for you via the Gala Bid app for your chance to be selected. Just scan the code, go to make a donation, put your bid in, and you are in the draw to be selected. 4 lucky donators will get the chance to play. It's closing in 5 minutes from now. Time now to welcome our main guests for the afternoon. Would you please join me in welcoming to the stage Auckland FC CEO Nick Becker and Director of Football Terry McFlynn. Right, check. Oh, that one's working. We've got a working mic.
Settle down.
All right. Nick, with the greatest of respect, if the North Harbour Club had a year ago said, OK, we're going to have a lunch featuring the CEO and the Director of Football of Auckland FC, I'm not sure we would have filled the room in the way that we have. Basically because we didn't know. We weren't sure. A year ago, could you possibly have imagined what you would have achieved on and off the field?
No, not at all. Not at all. A year ago, we probably couldn't even get a meeting with half the room that's here today. So you know, we couldn't fill a table, let alone a room. So yeah, it's a phenomenal, and that's the thing that's blown us all away, right? It's been how Auckland has got round the team. Like, we set out right from the start to be part of the community, and we wanted Auckland to be proud of us. We wanted Auckland to be behind us. But when we were knocking on doors and telling people that we're going to be this great football club, people just sort of scratched their head and said, "What's the A-League first?" And then they sort of said, you know, like, how are you going to be any different? And what are you going to do? So yeah, no, it's remarkable. The last 12 months have been amazing.
Terry, as Director of Football, it was your job to build a team for this yet-to-be established football club. Did you know that they were going to be good before the first ball was kicked in the A-League in mid-October? Did you know you had a good team?
Oh, look, as Nick said, it was a team effort, so we had a really clear remit from the owner, and Nick and myself said about building a team for the community, from the community. So the biggest thing for us was to get as many Kiwi boys as possible into the team and into the squad. And you know, Nando was one that we targeted straight away. We flew up to Egypt to meet him with all the All Whites. We put the project to them, and some of them said, yeah, we'll come now. Some it took a little bit longer. Some will come next year, the year after. But for us, it was about building a team that the city could be proud of and get behind. And we didn't know we'd be as good as we ended up being. For us, it was very important to connect with the community, build a fan base, and take everyone on the journey with us. And then we had to get the foreign players right. We took our time with the 5 foreign boys to come in, and we ended up where we ended up.
And I just like to say, Piney, I thought that trip to Egypt was an absolute jolly. I'm like, we're trying to build a team in Auckland, and he's like, we've got to fly to Egypt. I was like, what's going on here? But
we had a camel ride around the pyramids as well.
Well, it obviously worked. I want to get to the Kiwi boys in a moment, Terry, but can I ask you about the foreign players? For those who aren't aware, each A-League team can have 5 players who aren't Kiwis or Australians. Only 5 in your squad of 23 can be overseas players. Now, you must get pitched hundreds, if not thousands of players to fill those spots by their agents, etc. How do you even begin to start wading through them and find a shortlist, let alone your 5?
Yeah, look, we've got a very clear playing style that's evident in how we play. So it was very important to make sure that we had a player profile for every position. So we sign players on 2 things, character and competency. So competency is obviously the hard skills that you see day to day and in the games in terms of technical, tactical, physical, mental capabilities that they can bring to the team. And then the character thing for us, we wanted to build a team that, again, the whole city could be proud of. Good people, humble. So we did a lot of background checks, as we always do on everyone, just to make sure that it was the right characters that we're bringing into the building. The other thing for the foreign players coming in was important for us that there wasn't a professional team in the city for 17 years. So we needed players that was coming from a level to actually raise the standard of professional football for our reserve team, for our youth teams, for the kids in this region to actually aspire to. So someone like Hiroki Sakai, who's our captain, 3 World Cups, played in the Champions League, European Champions League, won the Asian Champions League, basically done everything in the game. So for him to be sitting in the players' lounge upstairs, this is our home. We're here every day. So having breakfast with our 17, 18-year-old boys and actually sitting and imparting his knowledge on them, you can't buy it.
I want to come back to you on the character checks, but Nick, is this all run past you? How does it all work? Do you get the final say on, so if Terry says, we want this guy, we want Guillermo Mai, we want Nate Moreno, do you get the final sign-off?
No, ultimately the final sign-off is Bill, our majority owner, but I do sit in on the meetings, and I think I don't play a role of finding out who's got a good right foot or who can do this or that. That's down to Terry and the team, but I tend to ask, and this comes back from Bill, who's our majority owner, and very much set the scene right at the start, is connect with the community, something you spoke about, but also get good people in and get good people around you. And so ultimately with anyone, whether it's a player or it's a backroom staff member or it's someone in the head office, I tend to ask the 2 questions, which are they a good person and how much they cost? But are they a good person is the... Sorry, boys. You don't need to know that. Are they a good person is the number 1 thing for us, because I think you can go, when you've got a group of people together who are pulling in the same direction, they know the purpose, they know the vision and the mission of what the club wants to achieve. They don't have to be these superstars. In fact, it's better if they're just a good person who knows what to do and knows what they want to achieve, and together you pull something ahead rather than having a few egos that stick up and cause problems in the dressing room. Definitely when you're trying to start a team, right?
Terry, what if a guy is an absolutely magnificent player, but he's a dickhead?
He's not welcome.
Is there a level at which you're so amazing that you can be a dickhead, or not?
Ronaldo.
Can't afford him. No, look, I think for us, Jason and everyone in the room, as Nick said, we wanted to build a team and a club that everyone's going to be proud of. And, you know, there's nothing more when you look at someone and you're proud to walk beside them, stand beside them, go to battle with them. So for us, we work in three ways. The club comes first, the team comes second, the individual comes third. And it always has to be that way.
We'll get a couple of the players up at some stage in the next little while and run that past them as well, and I'm sure it is the case. Nick, back to the connection with the community. How intentional was that right from the start that you wanted to connect with the football community of Auckland?
Yeah, it was the first thing we wanted to do. So just, I mentioned Bill a couple of times. For those who don't know, Bill Foley's our majority owner. We've also got some great local owners as well. But before they'd come in, and Terry and I were only dealing with Bill at that point, and he is he's a very successful American businessman who is probably one of the most competitive people I've met in my life. And he's set up an ice hockey team in Vegas, so he took ice to the desert and won the Stanley Cup in 6 years. And so he's sort of got this playbook of how to start a sports club. He's been very successful in doing that, and he's proven it. And so he said to us right from the start, we talked about the footballing side of things. He gave Terry a pretty clear brief, and he said to me, what you have to do is engage yourself into the community. Embed yourself into Auckland, get Auckland behind you. If you do that, you will go far and you'll be successful. And I think for us, the first thing that we did was we sat down with all the clubs. We went on a little bit of a baby kissing, waving tour of all 73 football clubs around this region. Literally met everybody, right? So we did hui's, we did one-on-ones, we did online meetings and everything, and really put the effort in. And we sat down with all of them and said, what could we do to be a genuine and authentic partner with you guys? And they said to us, there's two things. Well, there's loads of things, to be honest, but there's two really important things. And they were, the first one was, don't set up an academy, take our best players and then beat us on the weekend 8-0. And then the second one was, we always struggle financially, right? So we went, okay, the first one, that's a pretty easy fix. So we've got a MOU with 18 clubs across Auckland, which are all the TDP clubs. And we work with them to create a development centre. We also work with the other clubs, and there's other talented players outside of that, but those are the core clubs involved in our development centre. Those kids come and train with us here on a Monday night. We also take coaches into their clubs and train them up. So they become, these kids who are part of the system, become these tiny little kind of Auckland FC peacocks. And they sort of walk around going, we play for Auckland FC, but on the weekends they go back and play for their team. And so you get this kind of really nice connection. You get access to the top talent. You get the teams believing in you and supporting you because you've listened to them. I think it's really important because everyone says we want to be part of the community. And it's a really easy thing to say. I can just sit here and go, we want to be part of it. But what do you actually do? What are your actions? So that was one of them. The other thing that we did last season was before we'd even kicked a ball, we'd put back about $200,000 back into the football club system by any person who came on and said, I want to be an Auckland FC member and I play for East Coast Bays. I'll pay for my membership now. A rebate went back. So through those rebates, we generated about $120,000, I think. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell these numbers, but I am. And then we also signed a whole bunch of local players as well. So there's a FIFA training competition that went back. So before even kicking a ball, before we'd even had, opening match, 25,000 people came, we already had this groundswell of support behind us because we'd done something that they'd asked us to do and we'd listened to it and we'd done something that worked both for us because we get access to the talent on the pathway side and we'd also reinvested back in to show that we wanted to be a genuine partner. So it's kind of like, I think those two things really helped at the start and it meant that we got great support from the football community, which then spelt over into great support from Auckland. People got behind us, they came along to our games and they saw. The other thing that you've got to do to get the community or the city behind you is you do things a bit differently, right? So we created a great match day experience. We built a family fan zone. We got round the Port. And of those of you who haven't been to one of our games, the Port are a hardcore fan base who, and that's another part of the community that's not just about football clubs. It's about also passionate fans who wanted to support us. And so we got behind them and said, look, how can we partner with you, make your fan group a success, and off we went.
Now, he's not here, so we can talk about him. Steve Corica, head coach of the team. Anyone who's seen Forever Auckland FC, the doco that Dame Julie Christie and Sky have put together, you get a real insight into Steve Corica. Such a passionate guy. What is he like? What is Steve Corica like?
I've got to be careful here.
It's all Chatham House rules in here. Nothing goes outside this room.
Steve's a winner, first and foremost. I've worked with Steve now. This is my 16th, 17th year working together with him. So we played together at Sydney FC. When he retired, I took over as captain from him at that club. He became the assistant coach. When I retired from playing, I became the general manager of football. Promoted him then when Graham Arnold left into the head coach's role at Sydney FC. And between us, we've won 9 championships. So when this project came around, and Nick and myself interviewed 11 coaches before we appointed Steve, we had a real clear remit from Bill as well. As Nick said, Bill's a winner in business, in life, and in sport. He wanted a coach who knew the A-League, who had won the A-League, who knew the salary cap, who knew the players, and who knew the travel. So the travel was a big thing in the A-League, and it's something that we've mitigated very well. At that particular point in time, there's only 2 coaches that was out of work who had won the A-League, and Steve was one of them. So I said to Nick, I know everything about Steve. We used to room together when we played, and there's nothing he's going to tell me about football that I don't know. So when we were trying to put the team together in that clear playing style of football, we think a lot alike on players. So to build a squad as quickly as we needed to do was very easy to work with him. So at the end up, it was clear Steve was at Sydney for probably too long. He probably outstayed his welcome there. Tarnished his reputation a little bit, and he's a very loyal person. So he was probably loyal to players who let him down in the end. And he knew that, and that was one of the questions we had for him. Like, if you were at Sydney, what would you do different? So this was a chance for him to come and start something fresh, something new. It was his team. So yeah, he's a very, very passionate guy. He wants everything yesterday. Sometimes he doesn't realise that there's a process to things, and things take time, and he thinks things should be done as soon as he says it should, but it's not always the way in life. But it's great. Look, he keeps everyone accountable, and he drives the standards of this football club from top to bottom.
What happens when you don't agree, when the two of you don't agree? Because I'm sure you don't. Because you're effectively his boss, right?
Yeah, look, an interesting fact is my daughter's gone out with his son. So,
no wonder he got the job.
No, that happened after. So obviously, my daughter's 15, and so is his son. When we were both at Sydney, they're obviously born back then, and they grew up together at the football club, and then they sort of parted ways, and this sort of brought them back together here in Auckland. So that was my first thing I said to Olivia was, "What happens when I've got to sack his dad?" At that time, we were top of the league, and she said, "Why would you do that? You're doing well." So I said, "Look, it's not always sunshine and roses, but." Look, we do have our disagreements. He's just been texting me now. He's in Sydney. He should be here. I'm filling in for him as usual. I did all his work when we played. I'm still doing all his work now. So, yeah, look, there's things that we disagree on for sure every single day, but we just have to scale it back. And as I said before, we're no different to the players. We're no different to the staff. We're all in it together. Whatever's best for the club, whatever's best for the team, whatever's best for the individuals, how we work. And we just scale it back to that. And if it's something he wants, is it the best thing for the club? Okay, let's do it. If it's not, let's park it and move on to something else.
Nick, to the commercial side of the club, and it's always fascinated me with elite sport, and that the nature of it is you can't win every week. How do you make sure that your commercial partnerships are not anchored on the performances and the results of the team? That just because the team loses, you don't get a phone call on Monday saying, "Bugger this, I'm out."
Massive multi-year deals. No, I think it's a really interesting one, because for us, literally before the first season, we couldn't cut a break with commercial. That was the hardest part of this whole journey, was actually getting sponsors paying what we thought the value was at. So we just did a bunch of one-year deals, knowing and being confident backing ourselves that year 2 and beyond would be a lot higher. So you do have to structure the deal in the right way, I guess. But I think the best way to do it is actually to create a match day experience that your fans keep coming to, because your sponsors want 2 things, right? They want broadcast numbers, they want bums on seats. You have those 2 things, a good vibe around the club, a bit of success help, but those 2 things happen year in and year out, you're going to get good sponsors and good commercial numbers. So I think what we've done in terms of making it a entertainment product, and the insight from that came very much from football in this country is driven by youth participation. So you've got, like we've got, I don't know, for those who haven't been to our matches, there's a huge number of families there, and it's driven by pester power. So the kids are saying, Mum, Dad, I want to go to the game, I want to go to the game. And then at the game, you might have dad and daughter, mum and son, whatever the combination is, who actually love the game and want to watch it, and they want to watch 90 minutes of, Nando and Joe. The other two, they might watch 5 minutes and get really bored and go, what else is there to do? So we've got a big inflatable slide down a bank, which that inflatable slide cost us about $5,000 out of China, and has been the best investment we've made at all. It's packed, where as the moment we open the gates till when we close it. The other thing that we have that connects, and it'll get back to the commercial thing, but how we've managed to connect with our fan base and with the fans who are there in the stadium, the players have done an incredible job. For an hour after every game, the players are out there doing autographs and selfies with the fans. There's no other team that does that.
Is that compulsory, Terry? Do you say you must do that?
No, the players organically drove that themselves. And typically, we would talk to the players after the games, like Steve would address the players after the game, but we leave, they're still on the pitch. We go in, get changed, have a bite to eat, and we go, and the boys are still signing autographs. And it's actually, as to Nick's point, you see the joy in the kids' faces. And probably about the 85th, 86th minute, the kids come down and start lining up at the fence just for that moment to see the boys. And it's full credit to them. And again, it goes back to the characteristic things of the players that we've got, and the humility and the humbleness of who they are as people, and the joy that they bring into the community. So it connects everything.
Yeah, so that then drives this emotional connection that the fan base have. And let's be fair, if you're a parent of a couple of kids, you spend your whole life parenting, trying to figure out how not to parent, how you don't have to look after them, you just let them do something else and let them so we're providing that. We're providing the parents with something to distract their kids with. But then, so our sponsors see that, and they invest into the emotional connection too. And I think sport, I personally think, is one of the most undervalued assets. Big brands go out and spend millions on a TV commercial and put it on a TV station, channel that, sorry, Piney, no one watches. But they watch the sports channels. They watch Sky Sports.
Good save.
And they listen to ZB. Great show on a Saturday, everyone. And they can pick up a full season of kind of like a key asset for a fraction of that, And I think, we're also super fortunate in that we've got an amazing sales team headed up by a guy called Raf Turnbull, who, for those of you who want to meet him, he's just sitting on the table over here. Raf, stick your hand up. Raf and Omar as well, who's sitting next to him too. So if you want in on the AFC dream, and what Terry and I have told you is thought, I've got to get behind that. That's the man over there. But having an amazing sales team too, who go in and they think about things. We've tried to do things differently in the stadium experience and the fan experience. He's doing things differently with our commercial partnerships, and we're just making it a bit more exciting. And then I think the final bit is, as the players are as amazing at connecting with the fans as they are, they've been also amazing at connecting with our commercial partners, actually doing stuff that is fun. We've had ANZ, Anchor, kind of do amazing campaigns across the whole city featuring our players, and the guys have been incredible to kind of connect with it and actually genuinely want to do it.
So that's an interesting point, because it's the tension between high performance and commercial imperatives. I'm sure Steve at times says, hey, I don't want Nando going out to do a client event. I want him to be recovering or doing something else. How do you overcome the tension of high performance against commercial? First of all, from a high performance point of view, Terry.
Yeah, look, as Nick said, Raf and his team and everyone, we all understand there's two avenues in the business. So there's a commercial arm of the business that drives revenue, which obviously ultimately pays the players, and it allows us to fly every second week to Australia. So that everyone understands both sides of the business. So we'll never lean on each other too much to say this has to be done today because it's going to impact performance. The one thing that we, and I'll give the players full credit to this, is as a new business, as a new organisation, we had to sprint from the start. So we had to connect with the community. We had to connect with commercial partners, and the players have been fantastic. We would say to them, can you do this on Thursday? It might be a Monday. Or like last night, I texted the boys last night, we'll see you tomorrow at 12:30, they're here straight away. So that,
we're normally a bit more organised than that.
Yeah. No, we are, and that's the thing that, as I said, Raf and his team have got a full commercial calendar. There's a full community calendar, and Amanda, who plugs it all into the players' app, it's all there. And it's just a matter of, we all know that from time to time players might be injured or they might be sick, or they might be, so they all fill in for each other. And it's about working together for the greater good of what's good for the club. So Steve understands it. You know, the good thing for our whole football staff, we've all been players. So we've all been in the players' shoes at some point, and we all understand it's part of your job. You know, it's part of your role now as a high-performing athlete to engage with the community, engage with commercial partners for the greater good.
All right, going to get the players up in a second, but just a couple more for you guys. You mentioned Bill Foley before, Nick, and he's a very involved owner, majority owner. You've got other owners as well. How involved are Ali Williams and Anna Mowbray in the football club?
Yeah, I mean, very, very. We share an office with them. They're amazing, high level of energy, which is brilliant. But also, you know, what they bring is an incredible connection into the business community here, but Ali through sports connection. So, you know, we've been super fortunate. Through Ali, we had last season, as we were coming in towards the end of the season, and you know, there was a couple of big games coming. We're coming up to be, just before we won the premiership, we had Dan Carter come in and talk about his experiences as an All Black. Talked about, he actually focused in on the 2007 World Cup as well. So he talked about things that really hurt before all of the kind of success. And so, you know, huge respect to those guys, because they bring a whole bunch of really exciting ideas and energy into it. They also connected us with, you know, we've also, on top of them, we've got 3 ex-All Blacks, so Tim Brown, Noah Hickey and Winston Reid all came through Tim Brown and that connection with Anna and Ali. Likewise, you know, Stephen Adams, who is obviously a massive profile, but a minority owner with us. But when he came in, it was huge. He's come in a sense that he obviously loves basketball first and foremost, but sees basketball and football as the 2 big growing sports here. Best way to connect with youth, and you know, we're going to launch a bunch of similar to what he does with his basketball camps. We're going to do similar things with football camps as well. So, you know, all of that whole group of local ownerships have been fantastic for us, and so powerful in helping us in our first year.
Nobody knew about you in year 1, Terry. Everybody knows about you now. How do you avoid second season syndrome, if that's a thing?
Yeah, look, I think the main thing is we've got unfinished business. You know, it hurt to lose the semi-final against Melbourne Victory at home. We lost the semi-final last week of the Australia Cup as well. So, as you said, no one really knew, up until probably about round 5, round 6, no one really knew who we were and what we were about. We got a bit of a jump start on everyone. We didn't lose a game for the first 6 games. We didn't concede a goal. Everyone started to then take it seriously. Excuse me. And by that time, we had a system of play, we had a confidence, we had a togetherness, we had a real team spirit that drove us for the rest of the season. And this season's going to be no different. So the bulk of the squad has stayed the same. So we've got a sustainable group, we've got stability within the group, and we're still hungry for more success. So for me, it's not about second season syndrome, it's about unfinished business.
All right, let's get a couple of players up here. Please welcome to the stage goalkeeper Joe Knowles and centre-back Nando Pijnaker. This is ominous.
He's normally a bit quicker.
Nice to see you guys. Thanks for being here today and for joining us on stage for a chat. Nando, actually, I'll get you guys to share a mic if that's okay. What have you done, mate? And when are you back?
Yeah, just had a little cartilage come loose in the ankle, so I had a little surgery a few weeks ago now. So we'll be back at the start of the season. I might miss a game or 2, but yeah, we'll see how it goes.
All right, and at the moment, the All Whites are in camp. You've been a big part of the All Whites for quite some time now. How challenging will it be to watch them from afar on Friday night and then be at Go Media on Tuesday watching your national teammates out there and not be able to do anything about it? Yeah,
it's always disappointing not to be there. I've been part of most camps for the past 5 years or so now, so to not be there is always, it's a shame. So I don't like watching football from the sidelines. I prefer to play. So yeah, but I'm excited for them to come to New Zealand and play Australia in front of all the fans here.
All right, Joe, welcome to you. Thanks for coming up, mate. You were part of a goalkeeping union. I think that's what they call it within football teams, a goalkeeping union. You're all mad, led by the maddest of them all, Jonathan Gould, with Alex Paulson and Michael Vowd last year. What was it like for you to come into a high-performance environment like that every day for the first time?
Oh, it was amazing for me, you know, growing up in New Zealand, Auckland. It's kind of a surreal feeling to, you know, play for a team that's, you know, just come to Auckland where we didn't have a professional club. But Vowdy, we call him Vowdy, and Alex, they were top professionals. Like Alex is in always early, doing his stretching, doing his gym work, you know, staying late after training, doing the saunas, doing the ice baths. So everything kind of, for me as a young kid, wants to, you know, learn from, and then hopefully I can relay that onto the football field and, you know, kind of do what he's done for this club and what he did for Auckland, because he's a top guy and an awesome footballer. So
I always wonder how goalkeepers become goalkeepers. Was it an early decision you made? Did someone make the decision for you? Hey, Joe, mate, we're not sure about you in central midfield, mate. Why don't you take these gloves?
Yeah, I was a bit of a striker back in the day. No, I was actually, there was one day where it was really muddy and I used to love sliding in the mud. And my father was my coach back at the time, and he goes, oh, you should try out goalkeeping because you just love sliding in the mud, and then loved it ever since. But yeah, me and my brother used to play in the same team, and we never really saw eye to eye, so I never passed him the ball ever. He would play centre back, I would never pass him the ball. I would look at him, turn around and pass the other way. So, yeah.
Is he still around? Is he still playing?
He's just started again, actually, yeah. He's
now that you're not in the same team as him, he's quite happy.
Yeah, well, he might get the ball now, so. But, yeah, no, he had 5 years off playing football. He just kind of fell out of the love of the game, and then he's kind of encouraged his coaching and stuff, and now he's back in playing. He's at Eastern Suburbs. He's playing for the under-23s there and the reserve team, so, yeah.
Nando, I asked Terry and Nick whether they knew that you were going to be good. Did you know, when did you know that Auckland FC were going to be this brilliant football team on the grass?
Yeah, I didn't know for sure. There was a lot of, I guess, unknowns coming into a brand new club. All I knew at the time, right before I came, was that they were, doing things properly, so to speak. Like they had, obviously brought in Steve Corica, really high-profile coach. They brought in very good players. They had a good training ground. We brought in a chef. All these little things that, that give you a little taste that, they're doing things properly. As I was just telling you earlier, I think in pre-season we didn't win a game. So it was all, like I said, a bit of an unknown. And then we start the season and we start really well, and sort of you build up the confidence, and we were winning games and not conceding any goals, and that kind of just helped us to improve. And then I think after maybe 5 or 6 games, then we kind of knew we're pretty good here. So
I think every team says that they want to have a good culture, and I think it might be an unattainable utopia that not many teams actually achieve, but everybody wants to. Hear all the time about Auckland FC's culture and the playing group. What's that built on, and what is it like inside the playing group in terms of that culture?
I think it's mainly built on the players and I guess the people that Nick and Terry have brought in. So it seemed to just click right from, the first day I got here. I could feel the environment was really good. There were no dickheads, like you said, within the group. There were only a bunch of really good people, and we all wanted to work hard, and we all wanted to achieve success.
Joe, as a goalkeeper, and you've represented New Zealand at all the age group levels, and you're still very young, mate, and goalkeepers can go, for a lot longer sometimes than outfield players. How's it been for you, though? You train hard all week, you push Vowdy and Alex, and now you've got Ollie Sale in there as well, and you don't get the reward of a game on the Saturday. How do you process that? How do you deal with that?
Yeah, I think for me, being a young kid, I think I set the year as a learning year. So I've got Alex and Michael last year ahead of me, and just picking up little things in training. That was kind of my sweet treat at the end of the week, because I've learned so much during that week and then the next week after that and after that. But kind of my role is to get both of those goalies fit to be the best they can on the weekend. So Alex, if he's if he needs something after a training, say a Friday training, we have a game on a Saturday. If he needs extra kicking, if he needs extra crossing, if he needs whatever he needs, I'll be there to support him, and vice versa. He takes me through, like if I mess up in training, he would take me through, oh, this is what you could have done. Or Jonathan Gould, he would, explain to me what I can do. And it's just lots of learnings I took last year, and hopefully this year I can kick on a bit.
Terry, how do you manage the competitive tension within a team? Because everybody wants to play, right? Only 11 can, and then you've got your subs as well. How do you have conversations with guys who have been left out of the team week on week on week, think they're playing well, think they're training well, but just can't get in the team?
That's why Steve gets paid. Now, look, the thing we've always built teams that we want 2 players for every position, at the same level of competency, the same level of characteristics, the best trainer plays. And for us, if you can get to a point in the season where your player 15, 16, 17 in your squad is a starting player in any other teams in the A-League, you've got a chance of winning it. And we've got that. So you look at the strength of our bench throughout the Australia Cup. Our whole bench in that period of time would start in another A-League team. So that's sometimes last season, and I don't mean this bad against the Phoenix, but our training sessions was harder against each other than playing Phoenix last season. And other teams as well. There was games that, not that it was a walk in the park against most teams, but sometimes 11v11 in training was actually more physical, more competitive than an A-League game. And that's a true sign of a champion team. And for example, when Dan Hall went down injured last year, the media, external factors, Auckland FC's finished, they've lost their best defender, bar Nando.
I can't remember saying that. I don't recall.
I said experts. Yeah, so that was the thing. And then, obviously Tommy Smith, 55, 60 all white caps, leads into the game, stepped in, the team didn't miss a beat. Dan came back and we just kept going again. So, and again, there's been other instances, Jake Brimmer, 2 years ago, was a Johnny Warren medalist, best player in the competition, sat on the bench for long periods of time last season. That's the sign of a really good team. And I think the honest conversations that Steve has with the players is done on a daily basis as to, you're not playing this week for these reasons. And a player has one or two choices. You work harder and get back in the team, or you sulk. And the group of boys that we've got, we don't have sulkers. We've got winners.
Love that. The after-match stuff that we talked about before, Nando, when the game's finished, I'm sure a big part of you wants to go underneath, recover, rest, get a drink, all that sort of stuff. But I've seen you out there, and you're not the only one, but you're certainly one who stays out longer than most people. They're almost turning the lights out, and you're still doing selfies and autographs. What drives that inside you?
I think it came from probably the first game where the Go Media Stadium was full, 25,000 people. So I guess it's something small that, as players, we can give back to the fans. So yeah, that's where that comes from. So it's amazing having them there every game we have, and yeah, it's something small we can give back.
Are you allowed to give your shirt away? How many shirts? Do you get a shirt a game? Or I see all these signs. Nando Pijnaker, can I have your shirt? I'm sure you get asked a lot. What's the...
No.
I'm asking the wrong person. I don't know.
Have you seen how much they sell?
I have seen how much they sell for.
We sold 25,000.
Yeah, I think they're a bit steep. I think they're a bit steep, if I'm honest. But hey, what's the situation?
Yeah, I don't think Nick's too happy with me because I seem to give mine away probably every week. So yeah, the kit man Cam Kilgore, he's also onto me about giving away too many kits. So he's told me off, and this year I'm not allowed to give as many away. But no, I don't know. It's the same, like I said before. All these fans come to the games to watch us, and I think it's something small that we can give back to them and make their day. So. And
you got a few goals last year. The back heel in the 97th minute to beat Sydney FC. I mean, just absolute scenes down at the Port End.
Yeah.
What happens physically to you when something like that, you do something like that?
Yeah. Before that goal, I actually didn't score too many goals in years before that. As a defender, you don't score too many goals too often. So I don't know, if you see my reaction from the goal, I think I run into two of the opposition players because I don't know what I'm supposed to do. But yeah, from there, the goals that came after, I kind of had in mind, some sort of celebration. So yeah.
All right, I got I'll come back to you guys in a minute. We've also got we've got a bit of time for questions from the floor. So if you do have a question, we're going to circulate a roving mic in a little while. I just want to get from you two just your votes for a couple of features of players. So who would take the most time in front of the mirror before they come out for a game or for training? You can confer, or you can give us one each if you like.
You can also say yourself.
I'm thinking Brimmer, bro.
I was thinking, yeah.
I'm thinking Jake Brimmer.
Jake Brimmer likes a little wax in his hair.
Yeah.
Jake Brimmer.
Lots
All right.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who wins a 100-metre sprint?
Dan or Jesse?
Jesse, yeah.
Dan Hall, Jesse Randall?
Oh, lucky. I haven't seen him too much yet, but yeah. Probably Dan Hall, though.
Well, Joe, you'd beat Michael Vowd, Alex Paulson, Ollie Sale. Surely you're a whippet. Look at you.
Yeah, I'm pretty quick myself, yeah.
All right, cool.
I'd back myself. I'd be up there.
I'm very humble.
I'd be up there.
All right, who comes first in a 3K run?
Logan. Or Franny.
Franny, yeah.
Yeah, those two.
Logan Rogerson, Francis de Vries. All right. And if your life depended on one of your teammates hitting the crossbar from halfway, who would you be giving the ball to?
No one. You? I don't know. What do you think?
I'm saying Vowdy.
Yeah, maybe.
Michael Vowd.
Yeah, he's done it before.
I'd trust myself first.
Respect.
All right. We do, as I say, have the ability to take some questions from the floor, so we're going to circulate a cordless mic here. If you do have a question for any of the gentlemen here, we'd love to take some. Oh, out the front here.
Terry, you mentioned the Phoenix. The rivalry between the two teams, was that something that just developed organically, or was there some strategy behind that?
On the field, I think, obviously, geographically, we're the only two professional clubs in the whole country, so that was going to happen. I think commercially, there was a few really quirky things that the commercial team did. I think, obviously, going down there for the first derby and taking the W back to Auckland was a fantastic thing. But I think for the players, you want to beat your closest rival, and that's the reality of football across the world. You look at derbies, you look at Celtic, Rangers, Liverpool, Everton, AC Milan, Inter Milan, Auckland and Wellington Phoenix. That rivalry is going to be there forever. And I think year one, it was important to drive it, so the supporters got behind it as well. And off the field, it's friendly banter, but on the field, you want to have that bragging rights that you're the best team in New Zealand until the next one.
Was that like that, Nando, on the field? Because these guys are your All Whites teammates, Rufa, Payne, you've played, and others as well. Was there some extra spice in those derbies?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's derbies all over the world, and it's no different here in New Zealand. I think you could tell from the first 5 minutes of the first derby. Yeah, there were lots of kicks and stuff like that going on. So, yeah, it just comes with the game. Yeah.
All right, thanks for your question, mate. Anyone else with a burning question for... Oh, we've got one over here. Yep. We could either bring you the mic or you could just project your voice, sir. Actually, we'll bring the mic. We'll bring the mic.
Yes, thanks very much indeed for the inside look. I found it really interesting. But it prompted a question for me that, you talk about getting close to the community, and Auckland is a one-club professional city. You look at Sydney, you look at Melbourne, they have more than one club. Do you think that's helped you get closer to the community by being the only club in Auckland?
100%, yeah, without a doubt. And I think it's for us, it was the a combination of it being 17 years since there'd been a professional team. The last time there was a professional team here, it didn't work out so well, and that's what gave rise to Wellington Phoenix, right? So there'd always been this piece of kind of Wellington having the team. Auckland football fans either decided to get on the Wellington bandwagon or not, and then over the last kind of decade, but definitely last 5 years, the way that the football participation in the youth has exploded has just been phenomenal, right? So I think, yes, it helped us that we're the only professional club here, but the hard work in the community, the fact that the game had grown so much over the last 5 years, like there's now, there's the 18 clubs that we've got a MOU with, the minimum number of kids that play there is about 1,500, right up to over 3,000 at Western Springs. So you've got this incredible base here. it was all the conditions were right for it. I think we came in with a really great product on the pitch and a really great one off the pitch as well. I don't like talking about clubs as products, but what we did is we built something that we thought would connect well with, and then Auckland just kind of was ready for it. They were ready to go. And I think the other part to mentioning sort of Sydney and Melbourne, and they do have multiple teams. They've also got 3x the population as well. And you kind of look at Melbourne and you go, I spent 8 years in Melbourne. It's got 10 AFL clubs. It's got a really successful rugby league club. It's got, well, up until a few weeks ago, it had 3 football clubs. It's now only got 2. So you got to be sensible when you do expand. I think the league made a really great decision in coming to Auckland, creating the New Zealand rivalry, coming into a territory which was just ready for a club. Really, the conditions were there. And then the other things that helped us was we played the majority of our games on a Saturday at 5 p.m. Or throughout summer, right? So it lent into that family audience that drive the game here.
Got one of it. Yep.
Firstly, thanks and congratulations to Auckland FC for that first season. As a lifelong football fan, you don't take that for granted. So, look, cheers from all of us.
Who do you follow, mate?
I won't say that for the moment, given we're bottom of the Premier League, but that's another story. Wolverhampton Wanderers, but a big shout for the boys of gold. I wanted to look ahead to the coming season, and maybe a question for Terry and Nick. As we go into the second half of that season, how's Auckland FC going to operate alongside the OFC Pro League?
Great question. We obviously, for those of you who don't know, Oceania has just launched a pro league, and there's 2 clubs from New Zealand, us in Christchurch, and another 6 from across the other member states. Well, actually 5 and 1 Australian, but let's not get too bogged up in that detail. It launches in January. We're going to have to run effectively 2 teams. And they're about to announce all sorts of. They haven't told us what the regulations are in there, whether there's any player restrictions. We've got to take all that into account and then build a squad that will play there. Hopefully we can use as many of our wider A-League and reserve team as we can. I think that'll be the first plan, and then look at how we build it around there. But it's certainly going to be. It's exciting for starters. It's going to be a bit of a challenge. Certainly in its first year, it'll take a bit of getting used to. But ultimately, the team that's the most successful over the 4 years between now and the next Club World Cup is the team that gets to represent Oceania that goes there. So the kind of, it's not really a carrot, it's more a pot of gold at the end of at the end of those 4 years is immense, right? So we're definitely going to take it seriously. We're going to want to, like anything, we're not going to be there to make up the numbers. We're going to want to go in and win it, and just how that plays out, we're going to find out over the next sort of coming weeks.
I think there's a question over here somewhere. I think I saw a hand up. That was your one? Cool. I think we've got time for, what are we? Maybe one at the back? Great. Oh, hello, sir.
Right. Just ask you, you've pulled out of temporarily selecting a venue for your own stadium. One of the things I did a few years ago was organise a major event here for about 200 people in this particular room, actually. And I thought, what a great stadium this is. Is there any chance that maybe you would seriously consider the North Harbour Stadium as your home stadium, considering that you're already ensconced here for the training and the office as well?
I think for us, where we play at home with the men's team suits us perfectly in terms of, we talk to the fans on a regular basis. Everybody loves the experience at Mount Smart, at Go Media, and I think as a club for all of Auckland, it is smack bang in the middle of Auckland geographically as well. That saying, I love this stadium. I think it's fantastic, and I think it's a stadium that kind of should have a little bit more love than it kind of does. And I think we push hard on the council, and we would love to see a long-term strategy here we're keen to. So we're going to have a women's team. The league have just delayed it for a couple of seasons, so that comes in 27. We'd want to play those games here. Likewise, I think with the new Oceania OFC games that we're going to be playing, we're keen to play them here as well. What we'd also like to see with this stadium is the amount of land and the facility that's actually here is fantastic. The boys love it. We'd like to see it as more of a high performance, a sort of hybrid between using this stadium for major events, and around that kind of 5,000 to 15,000 capacity, and then have this outer fields as high performance sport for, all types of codes, ourselves obviously, but basketball, tennis. We were just talking about it on the table before, and I think it is an underutilised venue at the moment. We'd love to push hard to see more come out of North Harbour. We think it's a great space. We love it here, and we'd love to do more here.
All right. Is that us? One more? Done? Done, all done? All right. We're going to keep Joe up here to help out with Park It in the Net with Lexus of North Shore. But could you please thank Nando Pijnaker, Terry McFlynn and Nick Becker.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thanks, mate. Brilliant. Fantastic. So good, Terry. So good. All right. Are you going to be okay to get down? Yeah. All right. Cheers. Okay, so we're just going to move some of these chairs and other bits and pieces. And then we're going to play Park It in the Net. So the prizes, incidentally, for the four who come up. First prize is a $250 AHI voucher. Second, $100. Third and fourth both get a $50 AHI voucher. Now, you'll be able to see from the, I think you can see that the net has 3 scoring areas. There's 1 point down here, 2 points here, and 3 points there. Our competitors are going to stand on this white line, and they have 1 shot at the net to accumulate a number of points. And then Joe is going to be your partner, each of the 4 of you, and he's going to have a shot. Now, Joe's not allowed to go for the 1 point. He's a professional football player. He has to go for the 3 or the 2. You are quite within your rights to go for the 1 point, all right? And if it's even, we'll have a kick-off. All right. Should we get them up together or so that they can heckle one another? I think so. Here are our 4 winners. Could you please make your way to the side of the stage? Stephanie Irons. Come on, Stephanie. I saw your hands go to your face there. Surely not. Nick Kearney. Where are you, Nick? Nick Kearney. Nick Becker. No, not really. Lee Judd. Where are you, Lee? Lee Judd. And Lauren Go. Come on up, Lauren. Okay. Righty-ho. Stephanie, let's lead off with you. Joe's going to give you the ball, so you just got to be in and around that white line. Right, where you go? Yeah! 1 point for you, Stephanie. Right, Joe, can you add to the 1 point for Stephanie? I don't want you to play favourites here, mate. No, we'll do Joe's one for Stephanie first. Nick, before you go, we'll do Joe's one. So you add now to Stephanie's score. It is a long way. All right. Oh, off the post. All right, Stephanie, your score is 1. Nick, come on up. You've got to beat 1. Or at least draw level. All right, so no points for you off your one, Nick. Joe's going to try and get you on the board. Remember that Joe can't take the 1. It's probably a little bit unfair, isn't it? Sorry, Joe. All right, so Nick, no score. Lee, come on, Lee. Have you come with the right footwear? I'm not sure you have. I'm not sure you have. Oh, all right, where you go, Lee. No score for Lee, but Joe might be able to. Sorry, mate. I would have used Nando, but he's on crutches, man. Come on. Yes. There you go. So Lee scores 2. And finally, Lauren. So I think we've got, just before we go with you, Lauren, I think we've got Stephanie on 1, Nick on the Phoenix score, Lee on 2, 3. Sorry, 3. Oh, that one in 3. Sorry, I was looking on the other side. Lee on 3. Well done. Lauren, way you go. All right, Joe, well, you've got to aim for that top one, mate, to try and get us a playoff. Can you land it in that 3 again for Lauren? Unfortunately not. All right, so Lee, you are our winner of the $250 from Ahi Restaurant. Congratulations. Stephanie, the 100 for Stephanie, and $50 each for Nick and for Lauren. Congratulations, thank you for taking part. We'll get a quick photo. And a huge thanks also to Joe for taking part as well. Awesome, well done guys. Thank you to Ahi and thank you to Lexus of North Shore. We know you're going to enjoy the culinary delights of Ahi Restaurant. Thank you to Lexus of North Shore and to Ben Bailey. Huge thanks to our Auckland FC players and staff for joining in the fun today. Can we please have a final round of applause for Nick Becker, Terry McFlynn, Joe Knowles and Nando Pijnaker. All right, Gala bid, your silent auction bids are going to close very shortly, 2:35. So you've got 10 minutes to get your silent auction bids in. If you've got your eye on something, now is not the time to be shy. It is now time, though, for a different type of competition. We encourage you to not be a T-Rex, to open those wallets and bid big as we head into our 3 live auction items. To lead us today, please welcome the superb Andrew North from Harcourts Cooper Co. Coming up, Andrew.
Yeah, right, thank you. When the Mike was going on about the T-Rex and dinosaurs, I thought he was introducing me. I've been around a wee while doing these things, get rolled out from time to time, but certainly delighted to be here. And as Mike said at the start, this club does a lot of good things, and this is an opportunity right now for you to go home and say you did something really, really good, supported a really good cause. And of course, what we're selling here today, well, there's some pretty special, unique items, once in a lifetime. If any of you have been invited along as guests this afternoon, the reason you've been invited along is right now. So, with that said and done, we move on, ladies and gentlemen, to lot number 1. And it is, as I said, something I think it was introduced a little bit earlier in the session, something absolutely unique. We've got Auckland's FC Captain's Run behind-the-scenes experience. Value is priceless, a rare opportunity to experience Auckland FC from the inside out. So what's included? 6 people. 6 people get to go behind the scenes the day before a home match. And you're going to get an exclusive viewing of the team's captain run, the final training session before match day. If any of you are into sports betting, this is like checking out your horses before they run the race the day before. You meet and greet the full squad, take photos, get your merchandise signed, so you take a whole lot of stuff along to get signed. It goes on Trade Me the next day once the team's won the next day. Chat with your favourite players. You get a guided tour of Go Media Stadium, explore the areas usually off limits to the public, including the changing rooms. I'm assuming that's before the captain's run's, not after. The tunnel and the team facilities. So it is, as I said, something reasonably special, something that you'll seldom get to see. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you have an opportunity to be part of Auckland FC 2026 season. Ladies and gentlemen, who'd like to go first with an opening bidder offer? Typically the first ones are the cheapest, so if you want to get away lightly, my advice is bid now. Somebody got $500 to get things underway, but don't let me limit you nonetheless. $500 to start things away for 6 people. $500, thank you, Nick. At $500 and off we go. Do we go straight to 1,000 now? 1,000, or is that 2, sir, with the 2? It was just 1. Okay, we'll get there soon. At $1,000 in your lead momentarily, Nick, do we respond at $1,500? Seldom do I see you lose, sir. At $1,000 on my right-hand side, chasing $1,500, who goes next? First time now at $1,000. second time at $1,000. I'm in a good mood. I'll take $1,250. It's for the children. Thank you, ma'am. At $1,250 over there. Your turn, sir, at $1,500. One bid seldom buys. You know the game. You know the rules. Take a deep breath, smile and bid. We're all waiting for you at $1,500 unless somebody else wants $15 now. That's what happens when you hesitate. It costs you more. Ma'am, is it $1,750 or straight to $2,000 now? $1,715 here. Your turn. Your turn. Who goes next at $1,500? First time now, $1,500. Quickly now. Take a deep breath, smile and bid. It's only money. Economy showing green. What are those things? Where it starts off again. Goes good. $1,700. Just need to check at $1,500. Can I sell it? Not quite where we thought it should be. $1,750. Thank you, ma'am. And now we go to $2,000. Do we, sir? You're just telling me how good business is going. I'm sitting right next to you. It's been a good year. What's that? He's in the business of security. If anyone needs security, I'm giving you a wee plug now. This is the man you meet at $2,000 now. At $2,000, I've got bid. I'll tell you what. He knows how to look after your money as well. At $2,000 there, ma'am, not to be outdone. I have no favourites here today. Do we go to 2-1? I'll take $100 at this stage to put you in front quickly now. Otherwise, I do sell at $2,000. Do you come with me now? There you go at 2-1. At $2,100. The better looking person doesn't always have to win, sir. Do we go to 2.2? $2,100 with the lady, my new best friend. At 2-2 the bid now. At 2-2 he's tough to shake. And ma'am, eyes on the prize, stay with me now. 2-3. What do you mean no? $2,200, haven't forgotten about you, sir, on the left-hand side. First time at $2,200. Geez, your kids are going to be happy, aren't they? Keen football enthusiasts. He's at the game most weekends. Second time. Mammy, yeah, 2-3, 2-3. She's tough to shake at 2-3. Now we go to 2-4. Do we go to 2-5? It just looks neater. What's one? 2-4 or 2-5? Which one? It wasn't, no, it was an option. That wasn't one of them. $2,300 with the lady. First, second, third time. It goes at $2,300. 2-4. Oh, at $2,400. You can see you've nearly got him, ma'am. At $2,500. By that I mean beat him. At $2,500. 2-5 the bid now. At 2-5 she'll stop eventually. You just need to bid to find out, Andy. When? 2-5. What are we doing? I know. Isn't it amazing to think at this stage we thought we would be done with peer pressure? At $2,500, I sell it. Well, yes, 2-6. It's 2-6, but it's a calm 2-6, and I feel that you got him, ma'am. Straight back at 2-7. $2,600. As I said, for the children, I believe that they are the future. Teach them well, let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride, something like that. Where are we at? 2-6. 2-7 or straight to $3,000 and show them who's boss. Otherwise, I sell at 2-6. First, second, 2-7. 2-7 the bid now, $2,700. And it's a no, it's a real no this time. Said to me about 5 times no at $2,700 with the lady on the right-hand side. I sell it away. Last opportunity is going at $2,700. It is. Ma'am, sold to you at $2,700. And Andy, no, we're not done. We're not done. The good news is I just got told walking up onto the stage I can sell one more of those packages. If you give me 2-6, I'll sell it to you now. $100 discount based on market value. Was your last 2-6 and it's yours? Yep. Sold $2,600. Alrighty, so there's a couple more than 3, not many more, but they just get thrown at me. We just work with what we've got. Lot number 2, the official live auction number 2, and this is again really exciting proposition, kindly donated by Lexus. We thank them again for all their support. We're sending you to the 2026 ASB Classic Auckland Tennis Open courtside box experience. So, get close to the action, experience the power and passion of some of the world's top tennis talent, positioned just metres from the court. Be the ultimate host and secure yourself a courtside box to host and entertain your guests at a premium sporting event in the summer. Okay, what do you get? You get access to the Lexus courtside box at the ASB Classic for 5 people. 5 people, that's including yourself. 5 people, right? All food and beverage is included with service staff on call. You've got a Lexus representative / host. The date and time, we just need to still confirm because the calendar, the draw hasn't officially come out, but it's somewhere, I think, 5th to the 10th of January, in that sort of period there. We'll let you know. And of course, when you look at the past players, Madison Keys has been there, Naomi Osaka, and of course, our Kiwi favourite, Lulu Sun. So this is a quality event, ladies and gentlemen. Great way to spend your summer. 5 of you off to courtside. What do you start? Who starts? Who goes? Who gives me some money? What do you? Just call me out a number. $1,000. Thank you, sir. $1,000, and off we go now. At $1,000, somebody got, I don't know, $1,250 to move me forward there. At $1,250 there. At $1,250 is it $1,500, sir? $1,500 it is now. Now we say $1,750 without a second thought. Do we do? At $1,750 and straight to 2, sir. At $2,000, your time, your turn quickly as the game of tennis continues. 2 in the race at the moment. $2,000 back with you. Ball's in your court, sir. 2.5 now. 2.5 we've got now. 2.5, sir. Your time, your turn. Stop thinking. $2,250, and I'd be surprised while you pause somebody else doesn't come in at $2,500 quickly now. For 2.5, there you go. At 2.5, not my fault that I gave you the chance and you missed it. At 2.5 with you, sir. 2.7.5, sir. 2.7.5 now. 3 is it, sir? At 3 the bid now. 3.25. 3.25, 3.5 is it? 3.5 it is now. 75. 3 and 75. 3.75. $4,000, sir. Can only sell to one of you. The other 4 on the table should be giving some encouragement because 5 of you can go. At $3,750, tax deductible. 4 is it? 4 it is now, $4,000. But the hesitation, interesting. 4.25, $4,250, and off we go now. 4.5 it is now. You can't put it. You are not getting any younger. You need to grab these opportunities. For how many? Tell what to your wife? You're not getting any younger, or not to waste off. 4.5, there you go, $4,500, off we go again. You, on the other hand, are looking spectacular. At $4,500, at 4.75, we welcome you back. Sometimes you just need to say something nice to people. At $4,750 there. No, I know I look accustomed to rejection, but gosh, I take it personally. At $4,750, all I know is I sell it to him, not to you. And I promise you I don't have a second one up my sleeve here this time. At $4,750, unless there's a late instruction, I sell it on table. What number are you? Number 2. Not today. Number 1. How many? $4,750 is going. It is sold. Congratulations, sir. Oh, and this is really cool. Lot number 3. We've got a weekend at the Emerald for 2. That's down in Takapuna. Lovely part of the world. Includes breakfast with Diane Foreman and Paul Henry. All right, for those Paul Henry fans, you'll be treated to a breakfast of political incorrectness, good fun, laughter, whole lot of opinions. Again, once-in-a-lifetime sort of stuff. This is the stuff you maybe give to somebody that has everything. Father's Day, of course, this Sunday. To all those fathers, maybe this is what we do. You stay 2 nights at our premium Emerald Suite, where luxury meets coastal serenity, just steps from the sand. To complete the experience, enjoy an intimate breakfast at the renowned Takapuna Beach Cafe, hosted by none other than Diane Foreman. She's a lovely lady too, and Paul Henry. As I said, ladies and gentlemen, that's what it's all about. We've got a welcome gift in your room, free parking, kindly donated by Diane and Paul Henry at the Emerald. Last one from me, ladies and gentlemen, then you can get on with your day. Again, do you want to call out a number? Do I suggest a number? Get a bit of romance back in your life. $400 to start things away. Is that a little on the light side maybe at $400? Anyone out to have a go? 2 nights, accommodation, plus breakfast with Diane. I thought Paul would have been pretty popular. Call out a number. No one wants to start me away at $400. $500? $600? $600, good on you, sir. It's $600 now. It's $600 there. Who maybe takes me straight to $800? Remember, this is an opportunity to go home tonight and say I did something good, and you get something pretty good in response. At $600 there. Who takes me to $800? Quickly now. First time then at $600. Second time at $600. I'll take $100 from you tight bastards. Do we go 700? How many? 7. Good on you, sir. It's $700 now. There is at 8, sir. $800. Sorry, not 800. 800. Thank you. At 800 now. Sorry, $800. Want to be clear there. It is a good place though in Takapuna. Haven't sold much down there for $800,000 under. At $800 though, you're having a couple of nights in Takapuna. No? I sell it to you then unless somebody goes quickly now. Better than 8. Going. It is. You sure? Or $850. Hey, big spend. $850 we got you though. At $850 now. At $850 is at 9. I'll do the same for you, sir. $1,000. Good on you, Scott. At $1,000 there. Life for Men. Scotty down there. If you want a suit, some cool sneakers he's got in at the moment there. $1,000 here. Look after you. Diesel, I think they were. $1,000. I sell it away. Sold her at $1,000 to Scotty from Life for Men in Takapuna. And what? One more. We've got one more item. Do we have it here? No, we don't. Okay, last one, I promise. We have got a signed player's jersey. Is it the entire team that signed it? Yep. Thanks, Terry. Entire team that signed it, plus 4 platinum tickets to a home match. It was the first home match? First home match. Okay. Did everyone get that? I was sort of winging that as I'm going. So we've got 4 tickets, 4 platinum tickets to the opening home match, plus a player's jersey signed by all of the players. Hey? Rightio. I don't know. You guys tell me what this one's worth. What's the most we've sold one of these jerseys for? 30,000. No. We're not making this up. We're not making this shit up. We can't make that. We couldn't make that up. I put them on the spot right then. He just goes $30,000 straight like that. So anything below that. But I don't. Do I have a reserve? Can't go in the hundreds, no. 1,000. We can start at 1,000? $1,000. Start with $1,000. Somebody go to 2,000? They won a trophy, first season ever, plus 4 platinum tickets. At $1,000 there, somebody's stealing it, it would seem. At $1,000 there, does somebody go to $2,000? But I'm in a good mood and I'm enjoying it up here anyway at $1,500. The quicker I get off the stage, the quicker you get to the bar. At $1,500 there, does somebody go there? Oh, come on.
They can come and collect it here at North Harbour and meet the team.
Oh, do they train here too? While you're picking up your jersey, you can meet the team. $1,500 surely at 15. There we go at $1,500. You're not going to be outdone at 2,000, are you, sir? At $2,000, you did all the hard work starting. Come on, don't leave me now. It's lonely up here. At $2,000, stay with me. Come with me quickly now. And it's only money. You heard the sales pitch there. You know what you're getting. Man, I tell you what, if they go and win this year, you are going to be going, I am a dickhead. Right? I said it there, presented with opportunity, I didn't take it. Sometimes in life, you just got to grab things by the balls. And you look young. You've got plenty of time to recover if you fuck it up. Okay, at $1,500 there, who goes to $2,000 now? Chasing $2,000. Well, sorry, I shouldn't have said that, Mike. But you used to be president, and now you can't do anything about it. At $2,000, I'm looking for quickly now. At $1,500, I'm going to sell it now. Yep. Thank you, sir. $2,000 won't forget you again. At $2,000 there. Have I sold you anything, Nick? No? Yeah. And remember how tough you were. At $2,000 there, do we go to 2.5? 2.5 now? Out of all the extra I got you that time 5 years ago, you won't give a little bit back now to such a good cause. That does surprise me at 2.5 now. At 2.5, and I have no. We are just getting to know each other. At $3,000, and I won't look at you again. Give me the $3,000. I'll ignore you from moving forward unless you want me to do something about it. 3,000? Oh, come on. It can't. It's like. Oh. Collect the jersey, lunch with the team, and 4 tickets to the game. $3,000 now, $3,000 I've got now. At $3,000 there. Hey, it's not my fault he jumped in and saw the opportunity before you, but 3.5 still grand buying, I would have thought there. Yeah. I mean, you are paying for the lunch for the whole team, but that's okay. At $3,000. First time, they're all eating lettuce, it doesn't matter. Second time, at $3,000, are we sure? We sure? 2.5. Oh, look at that resolve. That's a strong personality down there that can say no in front of all of this crowd there at $3,000, helping out those children at $3,000 there. I sell it away. Last time, first, second, third time, it goes. So congratulations, $3,000. And how about a little bit of extra applause for the guys from Auckland AFC and their generosity. Go well this season. All the best, guys.
Unreal. One more time, please, for Andrew North from Harcourts Cooper Co. Outstanding. Outstanding. Thank you to everybody who purchased raffle tickets. Time to find our winners. We've got 2. Alrighty. First one is for the New World Milford gift hamper. If this is you, please come to the stage to accept your prize. 08607. 08607. That's about the quickest call for a redraw I've ever heard. They do it differently here on the North Shore, clearly. 08607. 08607, check your ticket. Draw again, okay, well, I'll leave this one for the second one because we've already taken that one out. All right, New World Milford gift hamper. 1, 3, 3, 4, 6. 1, 3, 3, 4, 6. Come on up, sir. I better check it. Yes, confirmed. Confirmed. Well done, mate. Congratulations. All right, the Honest Wolf duffel bag. This is valued at $529, kindly donated by Lexus of North Shore. 1, 5, 9, 6, 7. 15967. Well done. And last chance to win today, business card draw. Thank you to those who put your business card in. A small club hamper for our winner of the business card draw. And that goes to Stephanie Irons. Stephanie Irons. What a day for you, Stephanie. What a day for you. Congratulations to all our winners today. The silent auctions have now closed. You'll receive a notification on your phone if you've won a silent auction item. And if you do, I'd ask you to please visit the auction desk to collect your item and finalise payment. Our live auction items, please also see our club ops staff before leaving to make sure we have all your details. Thank you to all of our amazing donors today for their silent auction and live auction items. As we know, folks, this event wouldn't be possible without our sponsors and supporters. A massive thanks to Euro Vintage Wines, Benefits for the Design and Print, Livewire AV, Limelight Catering and Auckland Conventions, to OFT Pharmaceuticals for the goodie bags, Gala Bid sponsor Harcourts Cooper Co, MC sponsor Ocean Bridge, our lunch series sponsor Bob and Mark Jago, and the event sponsorship team at Lexus of North Shore. And a huge thank you to Auckland FC and our special guests. Just a reminder, folks, before you go, some great events still to come this year. The Business Excellence Network Breakfast with Diane Foreman, Tuesday, October 14 at Regatta in Takapuna. The annual Lawn Bowls Championship on Thursday, October 30 in Takapuna. And lastly, Le Cirque de Golf. This day is destined to be the most fun you've ever had on the golf course. Not until the 26th of Feb, almost sold out. Get your team together. You don't need to be a member. Just head to our website to book. Can I please ask you to give a massive thank you to the North Harbour Club staff, Erin, Louise and Cammy, for the tireless work that you do behind the scenes to create all of these events. Formalities complete, folks. Bar still open till 3:30. Tea and coffee at the back of the room. Absolute pleasure to be here. Drive safely and enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Ngā mihi nui and mā te wā.